And we're live.
Once again, Sunday nights.
Sunday nights, intuitive Q&A with John and John.
In lovely downtown Melbourne. Yes,
Okay.
so yes, welcome everyone that's coming on shortly. Our millions of followers around the world.
How the fuck is everyone?
Yeah, so yeah, what a week.
What a week.
What a week.
I can't even remember this morning.
No. After we've suicided off the veranda about 100 times through the week.
Oh, that's a new little tidbit we'll talk about today.
Yes, we'll get into that one a bit later on.
Yes.
The feeling like the what do they call it? I've forgotten it again.
What?
The height thing.
Vertigo.
Vertigo, yes.
Vertigo.
Where did my vertigo go?
Vertigo.
Where did my vertigo go? Hello, guys. Hello, Kelly,
Hey,
Rachel, Amanda. Yeah, lovely to be with you again Sunday night.
Yep.
Here from Melbourne.
Yep.
So yeah, we've had a very interesting week. Very interesting with our intuitive tools and stuff. So it's
Stuff.
Yeah. It's I don't even know where to start. But we did have an interesting one that I started last week because many years ago I started getting vertigo. Ironically, right here in Melbourne, about 20 years ago. How about that?
Right out the front, John.
Right out on that bridge there.
Out that way.
You can almost see out our window here. I went to drive across the bridge one time, and I grew up in a high-rise block of flats, so I never really had a height problem. And I'm 6'2" as well, so that doesn't it takes away the height problem.
And, let me get a cushion.
And yeah, I went to drive across the bridge, and I just pulled up in the middle lane across the Story Bridge or whatever it's called. And
The Bolt Bridge.
No, it was the other one.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it. And I just went into freeze mode. I was like panicked that the bridge was going to fall down, and they actually pulled an emergency vehicle come along. Thought the wrong sort of emergency vehicle. They came around to fix the car. So the car's fucking fine. I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't drive across the bridge.
Like a pussy.
I can't drive across the bridge. And I'm in the middle fucking lane. I'm not in the breakdown lane. And I just like had this panic about the bridge collapsing. And I'm like, I walk on the wharves, like working cranes and shit. And I'm like, where did it just came out of the blue. So a lot of that time I thought it was about entities and stuff. And what it pops in every now and then. Sometimes it used to feel like a rope trying to pull me off the veranda.
Yeah.
And other times I'm fine. I can walk right up to the edge of a fucking 40-story building, not a problem. And then 5 minutes later, I'm in panic mode. And I've been sort of working on and off for that. And a lot of the time it's about grounding with the chakras and stuff like that as well. And then But sometimes I thought, let's try one of our other tools, one of our 9 tools that we recommend.
Yep.
Which is don't align, agree, or resist and react with anything. So this is working with your intuition, working with your inner guru.
Yep.
And I just gone, okay, so the energy's pulling over the veranda and wants me to fall down. We're on the 17th floor here, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite a drop.
It's quite a drop.
And
so it's not something I'd like to do to find out.
And so instead of resisting and reacting, normally I sort of get a bit, I said, okay, go, just jump, not me, not the body. The energy, I just see an energy jump, just fucking let it go, just go and fall, and watch it fucking suicide.
Yeah.
And it's like, and we kept doing that. And I mentioned it to John because he would get every now and then.
Yep.
And so every time you get that pulling energy, which a lot of you get, because we've talked about this on many shows, you're up high and you get this energy, and sometimes it feels like it's a rope pulling you over or the energy's pulling you over. Just let the energy go.
Yeah.
Just tell it. Just go fucking go. Jump, motherfucker.
So for me, like I just visualize an energetic version of me just going jumping off the fucking balcony.
Yeah.
And so we started doing that.
Yeah. So this is about vertigo for the new people that are just joining in at the moment. So you get vertigo, which is a new thing for me that I got a few years ago, and we just discovered to use one of our tools, which is don't align and agree or resist and react.
Yep.
So the energy feels like it's pulling you over the veranda. Just let it go. Just push it. Just go. Yeah, fucking jump.
Fucking see you later.
Jump, motherfucker. I'll watch you land. I'll watch you splat on the ground. And we did that every day, and you just feel it, and it dissipates. And then we've noticed one time, the energy actually came from a different chakra and it flew up.
And it actually flew.
It felt like it
literally like saw this picture of me just jump out and then just go.
And so we're assuming that this is our old selves or part of our pasts and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we don't go into what it is. But anyone out there who gets this vertigo feeling, who gets this pulling off the edge feeling, just try it. Just let the energy go.
Yeah.
And in fact, push it. Go jump, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Just push it off. Go. I want to see you splat down there on the ground. And it's like,
Say hello to my little friend.
and you can feel it coming from different areas of the body. You can feel it coming from the heart chakra or the base. Like now, it's really getting down just to my feet now that feel like it's happening. So we've been doing that all week. So that's a real fun, interesting
It's
one.
been fun.
And it's like, because we live on the 17th floor, we get to do it like 10 times a day. And so, yes. Yeah. So anyone out there got any? So that's one of the things we're doing.
So that's some of the stuff we've been doing.
And we've got these new patches, which are frequency-based patches that
indeed,
help
we
to
do.
release peptides and stimulate your
Stem cells.
Stem cells, yes.
Yeah.
And they're frequency-based, so there's no there's no physical medicine in it. It's frequency put in it.
So they're not like a Nicorette patch, so to speak.
They look like a Nicorette patch.
They kind of look like a smaller patch. They're about a 20-cent piece sort of size patch.
We've been wearing them for a week, and some deep healing's been going on. It really stimulates your own stem cells to release and the peptides and that. And yeah, so check out the website out if you're interested in that, because it is a multi-level marketing, which I freaking hate. But the patch works, and you don't have to buy a supply as you need it. So give it a try if you want, if you're interested. Anyway, anyone, what have we got here?
Lots of clearing for me, guys. Just gone through 2 weeks of heavy flu. Yeah, there's a lot of people come down with the flu.
Yeah, so a lot of the flus and that's the body just like the symbolic intuitive reason for that is the body wants some rest, right? And sometimes we just won't stop because we've got to go to work, we've got to get that money, we're just on the wheel, right? So a lot of the times that's for that. And also there's when we're upgrading.
It can also be transformation, right? Or
when we're upgrading.
The
body just goes and it wants to purge the stuff out, same as the emotions. The emotions want to be released. Nearly all of our readings, I actually qualify our readings, which by the way, we've still got another week to go. We've got a few more spots left at our 50%
off. One more week.
Just
getting quick.
Shameless self-promotion there. But if we don't get tears from people, tears of relief, tears of release, I generally don't class it as too much of a good reading. A good reading or healing will generally, because that brings stuff up to be washed away. It's old stuff and it's really mostly irrelevant to what's going on. The reason it can come out is because it's trying to make space for the new stuff inside of our reality, inside of our body, inside of our kingdom. And so when the emotions come up, just watch them come up and let them go and don't buy into them. But
I did it at work.
Yes, you did.
When was that? Was that Thursday or Friday?
No, that was earlier than that, wasn't it? Wednesday?
Wednesday, maybe. Wednesday during the week, I'd been working through some emotional stuff, and was talking to John about it on the night before. Anyway, I got up in the morning. We go for our normal morning walk and coffee and whatnot. And when I got to work, and I could feel it coming, and I started sitting at my desk, and I was just like, "Fuck this! I want to get whatever this is out," and I sort of surrendered to it. I had tears coming down my face, sitting at my desk, and I was like, "Shit, I'm gonna have to probably sneak off to the toilet here and have a good cry."
Yeah,
which I did.
Which you did,
and
and a little bit at the desk as well,
and a little bit at the desk. But I felt so amazing just having that emotional release. And feeling the love of the divine. And
so when you open up, when you receive more energy, it brings the emotions up because they take up space. It's called molecules of emotion, and they take up space, and it's like memory in the cells and in the molecules, and they need to be flushed out for the new energy to come in. So, and don't buy into it. Don't think, oh shit, I still haven't dealt with that one. You've dealt with it on a mental level, you've dealt with it on a feeling level, but maybe you haven't dealt with it on an emotional level. So it needs one more level to be dealt with. So if these emotions come up, people, just watch them come up, go and express them as well. Fucking, how dare you cunts, it's like, go straight into the poor me, go into the anger and the fucking, the judgment, and but spit it out, literally, spit it out, snot it out. And watch it come out. Don't buy into it. Don't agree with it. Or don't align and agree or resist and react, which seems to be the topic of the night.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, Trace is on again. Hi, Trace.
Hey, Trace.
So she's asking about what about the third eye activation help to open the chakra? So one of the things we do for this is, first of all, establish yourself.
Stab yourself in the heart.
Stab yourself in the heart. My Italian's coming out now. Not that I'm Italian at all. So you basically put one hand, it doesn't really matter, one hand on the navel chakra, one hand on the heart chakra, breathe into the navel and try and get as much of your awareness down into the heart first, Trace, as you can, right? So just breathe into the gut, breathe into the lower gut. So your lower hand moves up and down, which you can't see on the camera at the moment, but I'm doing that. And the other one over the heart chakra. So you want to get at least 50% of your awareness down into this area and get it grounded in the body before you attempt to open the third eye, because you want to look out of the third eye from the heart.
Yep.
Ultimately, you want to look from the heart is the driver's seat, or the heart of hearts, the sacred heart, if you want to call it that. And you want to look everywhere from there. So you want to keep some awareness in the heart and look up through the middle of the body, through the hara line, or whatever they call it, up through the chakras, and then out of the third eye. And just focus on that spot right there. And how do I explain this to you? There was a simple technique, wasn't there?
I don't know, bro. I kept looking for a white light. That just fucked me up when I couldn't see a white light.
Yeah.
So it's the way John explained it to me was
that's right.
Was to look up to the point in the middle of your forehead. Now that didn't quite work for me, right? So what I found that works for me, and everyone's going to be different. I tend to try to keep my eyes looking forward with my eyes closed, so looking forward, but then looking up, like with the peripheral part of my vision. You know how we can see kind of on the side of your vision, you can see top and bottom. Well, I kind of use the top part of my peripheral vision to look up into the center of my forehead.
Yeah, so you want to have like two parts of your vision, so to speak. So you've got one. So this is the reason where we balance it down into the heart trace. So look down, just tilt your eyes down, keep your head level. One of the things, you want to keep your spine as straight as you can. You want to keep your head level, right? So keep the chin, the way to measure head level is keep the chin level. So when you look down, drop your head just a slight millimeter, so your chin, I should say, and then drop your eyes further. Breathe into the heart, and then just bring that up to level, and then also, so it's almost like you're looking from these 2 points at once straight out. Or you can form a triangle inside, so it feels like inside you're looking, both eyes are looking up to the middle, like a triangle, which is what the so-called Illuminati symbol is all about. That's not what it's all about, but they stole it because it's actually a good symbol. So the triangle is the third eye. The eye on the top of it is the third eye opening. And so the technique is to actually look up and into this spot, inside, but not with your eyes. So you've still got to keep relaxed and forward, but look up and into that spot at the same time. And you can't do it. You just say do it, right?
Just asking, do you feel like your eyesight has been out of focus, especially in this last? This is another question. Keep going.
Yeah. So with that third eye activation, there is lots of different techniques, but they all involve some part of almost looking from two spaces at once. And there is a sort of using your peripheral and your focus at the same time. But that's a whole course on that one, Trace. So we won't go into it too much further, because I can. Often take people weeks, like 8 hours a week to do that for about 4 weeks before we get to the real activation of that. So what was that other one about the eyesight being blurry?
Kelly Jones, do you feel like your eyesight has been out of focus, especially in the last week? If so, any ideas why this is happening?
Well, mine is, but that's because I'm working on it, because I've been working on my reading with my little dot glasses. I don't know.
I've had a lot of like weeping, I suppose.
Yeah. So
a lot of just clear running tears.
So a lot of the focus stuff, a lot of the out of focus stuff can be personal. It can be like intuitive stuff that just goes, that it's symbolic. So short-sighted, long-sighted. When I first started working on my eyesight, I was using reading glasses, so I wasn't seeing what was right in front of me. And so it's like, okay, so what are the things right in front of me I'm not seeing? And that was issues with my kids and issues with this and that I didn't want to see. So, and issues with myself and my own daily habits and needs and stuff like that were not sort of really functioning well. So, okay, so what is it? What's right in front of my fucking face that I don't want to see or that I don't want to focus on? And as soon as I started doing that, it started to change. I've been using reading glasses for maybe 8-10 years or something. And it's starting to change. It's coming back, but it's a process. I also use those little dot glasses. Most of the people have been on here for long enough. Mate. Very cool. Yeah, you want to go get them?
No.
And so they're very, very trendy.
You got legs, bro.
Look like they're out of a sci-fi movie or something. But they will focus and use the muscles in your eye. But generally speaking, there is a lot of activation shift going on. So it could be some of that. But generally, we go for the personal stuff first. What's around you? What is it you don't want to focus on? What's out of focus in your life?
Yeah.
What's out of focus with the people around you? You know, you look at the words you're using, out of focus, and especially in the last week, right? So what's been out of focus? Has your path been out of focus? Kelly, this is Kelly Jones.
This is Kelly, yeah.
So has your direction been out of focus? Is your working on yourself been out of focus? It's that will tell you. And then if you ask it and you ask this question and you hit the right point, you'll know, because they'll focus really quickly right in front of your eyes. So okay, so
Alrighty.
what else we got
next? Looking down, I think we missed a question up here. Patricia.
So tightness in
most of the muscles in my body.
That's
given arms, legs, and backs.
Arms, legs, muscles in general. People have got to do with guilt, right? So tightness. So there's a lot of guilt there. So and because you've got it in all the muscles, it's just guilt in general. So I'm guessing you're a person that can, get guilt tripped into things very easily. This is all part of the duality world. So if you buy into guilt and that, which we all do at times, I'm not claiming to be perfect at not doing that. You got to go to forgiveness, and you got to go to I don't know. One of our other tools that we teach people is, good luck, bad luck. You don't know the whole story. It's like I don't know. I don't know what God's plan is. I don't know what the universe's plan is. I can assume what it is, but I don't know. So guilt is you assuming that you've done something wrong, or that you can do something wrong, or you can do something right. Well, you've got to know that you've got to be the God to know that. You are a God, we're all gods, but we're not the God, and we can't know the whole picture, and we can't know everything because we're not supposed to. So how can we judge and say if we're guilty, if we're not guilty? We can assume to be guilty, we can appear to be, but we don't know. So
we do not know.
And so that's why it's, the tightness is all over your body. It's that the muscles are tightening up, and you'll probably find there's ligaments, which is control, and there's tendons, which is what's tendons?
That's not flexibility. No.
Yeah, flexibility and stuff. So there's all of these issues that are going to be causing tight muscles. Again, people check all the physical stuff out. I just found out I was lactose intolerant, right? So a couple of weeks ago, and that's fixed 50% of my problems. So just.
Maybe not that much, but
well, 50% of the ones that I was concerned about, not 50% of my whole problems. Nothing's that good, right? So, but yeah, 50% of the main ones that have been annoying me for a long time, right, which is a bit of bloating and this and that. And now I can really get down to the other part of the bloating, which is the chakras. The navel chakra causes bloating when you're not following your feelings, when you're not being creative and stuff like that. So, which I could work on that side, but it never seemed to work fully. Now that I've cleared the lactose side, now that one's easy to recognize, and I can work with it so much faster. So usually there is both a physical and an energetic and emotional content to most of these things. I just find if we deal with the emotional, energetic content first, the physical solution usually just pops up spontaneously. So, this, for me, the lactose thing, I bought the milk by accident. I didn't realize I bought lactose-free milk, and I didn't realize until I got home and I drank it. I'm like, oh, my body really likes that. And then I looked around, lactose free. And I'm like, fuck, maybe I'm lactose intolerant. Cleared that out, and it stopped 50% of the bloating. Then I could work on it on the chakra level much easier. So
about that,
yeah. So, but often people fix the physical, which I call from the bottom up, and it's a longer journey. And sometimes you have to do it that way. It's like the training, the physical training. You want to make the body bigger, you want to make the muscles bigger. You can go and do the training, and it'll release the concepts and beliefs and everything slowly. Or if you can find the concepts and beliefs that are limiting, if your chest is a bit flat, like mine was for a while again, I was not nurturing people with what they need. I worked out what that issue is, start doing my work, and then all of a sudden it takes me 1/10 of the training that it would normally take to build up the same muscles. So that's the top-down version, as we call it. So,
all right, there's a couple of questions here. Elizabeth Portu, I think is how you pronounce that. If you want to jump on Zoom and have a chat, this is probably one about a run of bad luck, 2.5 weeks, and then car trouble and other things. We can certainly jump on a interactive talk for 10 minutes and help you work through that.
The Zoom link is at the top there, guys. For things like Elizabeth ones, we require a little bit of searching to find, because there'll be a trigger, and we call it the domino effect. When we find the right wording is something we'll be repeating, there'll be a repeating pattern in there, but we need to ask a few questions and get your feedback to get to find those things intuitively. So anyone that wants to come on live can come on.
Probably the same with Christine Davis.
Christine, what was Christine's?
Can you help me? Gifted and always keep coping. People abusing me. I protect myself, but they still feel they can do it to me. I'm over it.
Yeah, well, protecting yourself is also putting out the opposite frequency. You've got to not protect yourself by seeing yourself as protected.
Yeah.
it's the paradox, right? So if you protect yourself, then you're saying you're vulnerable. You're an infinite being. You're a child of God. You can't be vulnerable. It's like your body can be vulnerable, very different thing, but you can't be. You're an infinite being. If you believe in reincarnation or you believe in afterlife, whatever, then you know you're an infinite being. So you can't be vulnerable. So when you put out, I'm protecting myself, you're putting out the frequency that you can be affected. So you've got to see that if I stay in oneness, if I stay in the light, nothing can touch me. It's only if I believe in duality. If I believe in the devil, then the devil exists. If I don't, or the devil not exists, the devil can affect me. If I don't believe it, if I believe that it's all just one light, it can't. It's like water off a duck's back. So, but that's a really freaking basic explanation of something that can take years to master. So don't judge yourself on that. But really, there is only one power. There is only one energy, and that's created by the universe, by God, by Mother Nature, whatever you want to call it. Anything else, duality is created by man. But it's created. It's like a virtual reality. It's one of our courses we're putting together called the VR world. So man has created duality. Man has created fear. Man has created, and when I say man, I mean human, not men.
Man.
So man has created all these duality stuff. So fear does not exist in real fear. Like there is no natural fear in the moment. That's a very different thing. That's survival fear. And that, you can only feel that when somebody's literally threatening you with a knife or the tiger's chasing you down the street or something. And so, but all the rest of it is created fear, and it's created by man, and we can buy into it. If you plug into a VR suit, most people know what they are, virtual reality suit, and you stand up like I did in the shopping center, and you look up the wrong way, you'll fucking fall over physically. So it will affect you on a physical level, but that's because you're believing it. You can pull your focus away from it, and it will not touch you. It cannot touch you. It's impossible. But that is a practice, and it takes a little bit of effort. And it's not something we can explain on here in 5 minutes.
No, that's right. Donna, I've lost my husband a week ago. Messages from him. We don't really do those kind of things, Dylan. Sorry to hear that. But when I did read that, I heard a Lionel Richie song.
Yeah. So generally speaking, Donna, too, there is a healing period. Like with my father, I did get to, when he passed away, but I had a really good connection with him because I had a lot of closure. I knew it was coming, and I did get to feel his presence and that for about 3 to 5 days afterwards. And most people this happens for. Then there can be a period of anything from a month to 3 months after that where you don't seem to get contact because they've got to go and debrief, I call it now. It's some people used to call it the hospital.
They've got to dehuman.
They've got to dehuman themselves and sort out the thing. And in our time, in linear time, it's no time on the other side, but in our time, and that can be up to 3 months. So generally speaking, you don't really want to get too many messages until that 1 to 3 month period. So, but it's tough. I don't know. It's like, it's a tough thing. Usually they're around until not long after the funeral. And that's all you want to do is feel the energy. Don't even worry about what the messages are. Leave that go until you've gotten through some of the processing yourself.
All right. Sarah Byrne, 3 car accidents in 1 year. What does this symbolize? Also burning and tingling sensation on back of neck, high back.
Okay. So, Sarah, if you can just tell us, was the car damaged in the same area each time? Was it the rear of the car, the front of the car, the side of the car?
Your fault.
Doesn't matter so much about fault. Just tell us if each time the front of the car or the rear of the car, or if it was different areas each time. And the burning and tingling on the back of the neck. A lot of the burning and tingling, a lot of the time, if it's an energetic thing, if it's not something physical, is the karma burning off. Let's say the cells are changing. There is all of that. And the back of the neck is about communication. It's about the throat chakra. So it's about stuff from the past. So the burning is it's probably the solar plexus, the fire element, trying to burn off the old stuff.
That's right. That happened this week too.
Yeah, that happened this week for John. We call it
Thanks for the reminder on that one.
We call it the cleansing. It's like, say you get a burning sensation inside, and it's like it burns off all the old belief systems, all the old judgments and that. So if you can go with that burning and ask the question, is this burning off stuff about judgments, about communication, and because it's on the back of the neck, it's all stuff from the past. So generally speaking, anything on the back of the body is stuff about the past.
Back rear.
So, okay, I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, my favorite. So yeah, anything that happens on the back of the body is generally about past issues. So letting go of the past, letting go of the old versions of you. We call it, that was a previous me. That was a previous version of me. Version 2.0. Let that burn off. And if the back of the throat, the high neck part, that's the throat chakra. So generally, throat chakra is judgments, communication, stuff like that. So it's burning off if you go with it. Always do, as I said, always check for the physical. There can be burning sensations from all sorts of stuff on a physical level, and that's not what we're here to deal with.
Nope.
So do see your doctor if problems persist. See
We're not doctors.
If problems persist, see a doctor. So Sarah has 3 accidents in 1 year in the back rear of the car. Very basic, simple things, Sarah. It's the universe telling you you're not moving forward. You need to move forward. You need to get on with things. Whatever it is, you're holding back. You're stopping yourself from moving forward. It could be multiple directions. It could be just career. It could be personal. Could be relationship. It's always going to be one of those main 3 things, but it's about your direction. Yeah. So because it's a car, it's about where you're going in life. So you need to look at your direction, whether it's you're not moving forward and going forward and changing and progressing in one or more of those areas. So either career, relationship, personal growth and health. One of those it'll be one of those main areas. So, and 3 times in 1 year is a dead giveaway. Stop, get your foot off the fucking brake, start fucking moving forward. And
it's like a subtle nudge.
Yeah.
They're nudging.
Come on, hurry up. Can't get much more subtle than smash in the back of the car. And the poor bastard that smashes into you to give that message is going to cost him on his insurance too. So come on, move on forward. So before you got someone else there,
don't hold that guilt there, okay?
Yeah, no, don't worry, it's his message too because he needs to back it off.
He needs to slow down.
Or they need to, whoever they are. So it's a dual message. The universe says you need to move forward and you need to fucking slow down a bit. So we'll bring you two together.
We'll bring you two together.
And so, so it's you just got to move forward. That's it. 3 times in 1 year, you can't get much more fucking obvious than that.
Yeah.
Spirit is trying to tell you, move forward. So stop worrying about whoever it is that's holding you back, whether it's kids, partner, or your own basic fears, your own subconscious mind, saying, I can't get a new job, I've got to stay in this shit town, or whatever it is. It's just time to move forward. So,
all right.
Okay.
Where are we?
So
we don't do big brush questions like what's coming my way in July.
No, we don't do. We work.
There are others on the spiritual events directories that do shows that do those kind of questions, but we do intuitive guidance.
Yeah. So the Q&A is question and answer. The questions need to be specific.
Yeah.
We want to guide so that people can start seeing what the symbolicness of these things are, because the body is one of the books we use, and it's many, but one of my favorite ones, The Body is the Barometer of the Soul. The body represents, and not just the body, but our life represents the messages that our soul, our spirit, whatever the universe is trying to bring through. So if you get a bit more specific, and if you've got reoccurring ones, they're the ones that are really your soul's yelling out, fucking deal with this, cunts. Fucking deal with it. I'm going to keep smashing cars into the back of the car.
Stop being a pussy.
We want a little bit more specific on the questions. And if anyone wants to come on live, if they've got a
come on for a chat, it's much more fun.
It's more fun. It's more fun for everyone else.
It's more fun for everyone else.
We won't pick on you too much.
We're not scary. Jesus.
And we believe in our basketball theory. Everything we say to everyone, it bounces back on us. So we're not saying it as that we don't. I listen to everything I say. It's like I do believe that spirit always brings me the people that are reflecting what I'm going through in some way or another. So So we've got any more. So if anyone wants to come on live, the Zoom link is up the top. We also do the private messages.
Here we go. Here's one. Sorry, I skipped on past one.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
So we always do. We've got for another week. We've got 50% off the private readings too. We've had a couple more. We've got a couple more spots left for this week till the end of the month. Till Friday.
$150 for the hour.
Yep.
And you've only got another week, right?
Yeah. So then I'll be back up to 300. So,
and then it's back up to 300 now.
Yeah.
Okay?
So there's about 5 or 6 more slots left for this week.
Yep.
So anyone that wants to do the private readings, that wants to go a bit deeper, as I said earlier in the piece, usually if we don't get some sort of tears or some sort of emotional release during the readings, it wasn't a very good reading. I'd say 80% of the time we do.
Yep.
And that's emotional release. It's a release, and it's a really positive thing because it's only our own intuition. Intuition means being taught from within. It's guided from within. So if we can point you to your own intuition, to your inner guidance, to your inner guru, as we've got in our videos, if anyone wants to look at our videos on YouTube, we've got some of the basics on there.
And there are also some client sessions on there, right?
Yeah.
Some people that have agreed, you know, in exchange for our services.
So if you're wondering what a reading's like, you can look at them on YouTube.
On YouTube or even on Facebook, I think we've got them
we've
now.
got them on Facebook as well.
So you can kind of get a feel for what it is we do and how we could be of help.
So that'll get, you know, but anyone can come on here and get a 10-minute one for absolutely free right now if you're willing to come on in front of everyone else.
Yeah.
So where was that last one done?
There it is. Hi guys, this is for Linda Hansen. Feeling some heaviness in my chest the last few days, which then turns into panicky attacks.
Okay, yes. Yep.
Cool.
My new favorite one. So heaviness in the chest is not listening to your heart. And the heaviness is basically telling you that what you're thinking or feeling or the result of what you're thinking or feeling is not true, right? So I had a heart arrhythmia for about 7 years, which I didn't know until the last year. And then I had a heart operation to try and fix it. Didn't fix it. And I just going, okay, pussy, fucking deal with this. And it's like, okay, you're not listening to your heart. You're not following your heart. So, and it's simple things like speaking from your heart. So one of the big ones that triggered it, my son come in and he used to come in and I go, oh, what's up, mate? He's like, oh, nothing. I go, you sure? He goes, yeah, nothing. I go, oh, okay then. And it's like, and you walk out, and then the heart arrhythmia kicks in, and I'm fucking on the lounge, like doing the jitterbug,
doing the skanky body.
and I'm like, okay, fuck this, I'm not doing this. So he comes in, and I go, okay, son, something's up. What's up? Nothing. I'm like, so then I said, no, I know something's up, but it's okay. You don't have to tell me. Something's up. Just know that I'm here to listen if you want to talk about it. I know something's up, and it's okay if you don't want to say it. So it doesn't mean you force what's coming out of your heart. And therefore, that's where the panic attack kicks in. The panic attack goes, your heart tells you it wants you to do something. So the heaviness comes in because you might think, hey, I'm going to have a simple one. I'm going to have a day off work. Oh, no, I'll get in trouble off the boss, or I'll get in trouble, or something, right? It's not necessarily, it's the result. Sometimes it's the result of what you're thinking. Sometimes it's actually what you're thinking. So you might think, oh, I've got to have a day off work, or I've got to do something. I can't do it. I've got to say this to this person. I can't do it. You just agree to do it.
Yes.
Sometimes you don't have to say it. Okay, I'm going to agree to bring this topic up with this person. And often it is a topic you've got to bring up with people. I'd say 7 out of 10 times, it's going to be something that you need to say to somebody. And it's like, so the heaviness comes in, the thought or the feeling comes in, hey, it's about time you said this to this person, or it's about time you started fucking putting yourself first, or whatever it is. And you go, oh, no, I can't. And then whatever that reason is, and it's usually a feeling, it's not a thought. I can't because, fucking, I'll get pissed off with me. Like a kid's all blow up, kids need to be fed or something, bullshit like that. And it's like, and then that's when the heaviness comes. When the heaviness is there, that's when it's telling you there's a lie. So there's one of our tools, we call it Every Pain is a Lie.
Every Pain is a Lie.
That's the short version. That's the funny version. And please don't attack us on that like most people do. We'll go ahead. We'll go ahead because we don't give a shit anyway. But it just means that the pain is the message from the body telling you that either what you're thinking about or the result of what you're thinking about is incorrect. So, even stress is the same thing. Even worry is the same thing. I just got stressed about getting old because I was watching some fucking show before and I seen this time travel thing where she was looking at an older version of herself. And for a moment, I thought about myself being, I think the older version was like 90 years old. And I thought about me at 90 going, oh, that's gonna suck or something like that. I don't know what I thought. And then I felt the stress come up and I'm like, oh, that's not true. So it looks like it'd suck, but I don't know. Maybe I'll be fucking happy as Larry when I'm 90. And then it just went away instantly. That stress, that worry just goes away. So the stress, the worry, the pain, the heaviness, any of this stuff, guys, it is your inner being, it is your intuition telling you that either what you're thinking about or the result of what you're thinking about, what's going to happen from what you think. So you might think a certain thing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be late for work and I'm going to get in trouble. One of them might be true. You might be late for work. But guess what? You're not going to get in trouble because your boss was fucking late too.
Yep.
You don't know that.
Or your boss isn't there.
Or he just doesn't give a shit that day because he got laid last night. I don't know. Fucking. And so you just don't know. And so, but that stress,
you don't know what you don't
know. That panic, that thing is your intuition. That's your inner guru. That's your inner being telling you Stop it! Relax. So that's a part of it. But you've got to track down what were you thinking about just before it came on, just before the heaviness, and then from that, then there would have been a secondary thing, which will be the result of. So I can't do this. Oh, I should do this. Oh, there's the heaviness, and then the reason you can't causes the anxiety. So.
Okay, Nikki Holton about the readings. Yes, we do the readings together.
Yes, we do both of them. So because John tunes in on the inner child, I do generally the readings about the symbolicness of events and stuff in your life, and then it gives us, with the two of us doing it, it gives us, one of us gets the chance to tune in while the other one's doing the speaking, and we can get through a lot more issues for you. So that's why it's $300 normally for the reading, because we both do it. So anyone that jumps on this week for the so you want to book in probably tonight or tomorrow night if you want the $150 specials.
Just a quick one for Jade. I had read your question, Darlin, about your boy not coming back for 3 years. I'm pretty sure we've had this one before from you. But we don't normally do on this particular show. We don't normally just do yes or no's, maybe.
Yeah. So
we are looking at doing a new app service feature thing where we could do what we're currently calling triple check-in.
So what I do with that one, Jade, is it? Yeah. So Jade, my kids, 3 of my oldest kids haven't talked to me now for nearly over 8 months either. And I just keep checking in with Spirit and say, I do message every now and then and see if they want to. I did say something that triggered it. Maybe I shouldn't have said it. Maybe I should have. I don't know. But I just keep checking in and go, they tell me there'll be a time and there'll be a right time. But generally what I do with this is we do full readings with someone, and I don't intuit stuff like that unless, as we read through it, if I don't get an immediate yes or no, which we didn't get with that one, that means there's work to be done. There's stuff to be cleared in you that's blocking it, and that will take us question and answer. So we'd have to find and clear some of those blockages, because the intuition usually answers in 3 ways: it's yes, no, or maybe, or yes, no, and ask a better question. So the ones we skip through, if there's not an immediate yes or no, we generally skip over them, and it means that the maybes, often there's a blockage in the person that they need to release. So if for more ones like that, we have to find and help you, guide you to your answers for what you need to release inside yourself to allow that to happen faster, because there's not a yes or no. Which is a good thing, because that means it can be yes. Because if there's a no, then that's out of your hands anyway.
Yeah.
So the good thing is, the simple answer is, you've got to work on some stuff on you. When I say work on stuff on you, it means release. It doesn't mean work on like you're doing something wrong. Most of the time, what we've got to work on is just throw the fucking garbage out that we picked up off everyone else. And it's just get rid of this.
The only thing I got was like real heaviness in the shoulders, like a real push pressure down.
So one of the symbolic ways I look at all of this stuff in my head, Michelangelo was once asked by a reporter, because they had reporters back then apparently. So they said, how do you sculpt these perfect sculptures out of marble? How do you see he sculpted the statue of David or whatever? And he said to the reporter, he said, God already put the perfect statue inside. I just chip away the excess, right? The perfect you is already there. The perfect you is there in your DNA. All we do with intuition, all we do with healing is get rid of the excess, the bullshit, the stuff that's in the way. The perfect you is always there. It's the God you, whatever you want to call it. It's always there. So that's usually when you don't get a yes or a no, definitely, there is usually some excess garbage that you've picked up, that you've allowed into your life, knowingly or unknowingly, through naivety, through whatever reason. That's something you've let come into your life. And that's why we don't get a yes or no answer directly. So that means there is a possibility, because otherwise, if there's no possibility, we just say outright no, and that's not there.
That's right.
So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
But that's as far as we can go with it, without working on you, without helping you to work on you. And so it's always you working on you. It's I work on me, and I point to John, and he sees, and then he decides whether he wants to do that.
Yep.
Even when I do healings, when I do the hands-on healing, when I clear entities, everything. It's always permission-based.
Yes.
You can't do something for someone else if they don't want you to do it.
Yeah. You can't alter another's path.
Yeah.
How do
Or
we
you can
book?
if you're really
Well,
evil and bad, and you don't. But I do not recommend it.
I don't recommend it.
Just to bounce
Nikki,
back
the
on that.
easiest way, Nikki, is either message us on Facebook to book, or I dropped a link into the website. There's a contact form there as well that you can get in touch with us.
Yeah. So,
And anyone else that would love to book a session with us this week.
So yeah, there's sessions. There's a few left for half price, 150 for the two of us live on Zoom, or live if you're in Melbourne. It can be face to face. It's either way. For the hour session, normally 300. We've also got I've got a special going on my hands-on healing for the Melbourne people. I can do distant healing as well. I do clearings and that with distant healing with people. That's my service as well. And we've got this wonderful new X39 patches, which is energetic medicine as well, which have a look on our website, thebequest.me. That's
we're going to get something on there. We haven't got it on there.
I've actually put a couple of I put a couple on
the Facebook. You mean?
Yeah, on the Facebook.
Oh, not on the website.
Oh, not on the website. Sorry, on the Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. That's your site. You're the IT guy. Come on.
I'm like, I didn't fucking put anything on the website, bro. How did you put something on the website?
Sorry, I shouldn't be talking about IT. That's your job. You do you.
You do you, Bobby.
You do you. Okay, so
fucking funny.
What do we got?
All right. Any more questions, people?
Anyone want to come on live?
Anyone want to come on have a chat?
Come and have a chat and tell us. Let's have a bit of fun and dig out some of our filters. Filters are great. Filters are definite words that we say. I always do this. Everybody always does that. That creates a mad filter that even God finds it hard to get around those things. So if you find those filters and you clear them out, they can have a massive effect, and they're really, really fun to find one because it feels like dominoes go off inside your head and you go.
Yeah, you can send your brain into a fucking flat line at times if you really get a cool one.
If you get one that you've been using for many years, right?
Yeah.
I'm always unlucky. It's these definite words that create filters in the subconscious, or the jokes. Yeah, they're really good.
Simple ones. Like people around me at work will be like, they say, to me, it's like, John, do you do meditation? I was like, yeah, I do meditation, mostly when I'm walking around here, And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I just do open eye active meditation all the time. And I'm like, I asked them back, okay, well, do you do meditation? And they go, no, I don't have time. And I'm like, you don't have time, so you can't sit down, shut up and breathe for 5 minutes once a day.
You can't walk around and just stare at things without thinking.
I don't have time, right?
You can't walk around and daydream and just stare at shit.
Yeah, I've tried that, but I couldn't. I couldn't do it, or I can't find time in my day to do it. Or these are all filters or commands that you're giving yourself that limit what you do. And limit your experience.
One sec. So Nikki, the live link is up the top there. You'll see the Zoom link. So just in the messages at the top, if you want to come on live, just click on the Zoom link. Does it say Zoom?
It says Zoom.
Yeah,
okay. It's the very first link up in the top of the comments, but
link in the top of the comments is we'll paste it in. Paste it in.
Paste it in. No, that's not paste it in.
Pasta fagioli.
Paste it in. What's with your Italian tonight?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
We got any Italians out there?
We did eat round pasta tonight. What the fuck? Who calls spaghetti round pasta?
Well, there's round pasta and there's flat pasta.
Do you want flat, round, or holy? I'm like, what the fuck is fucking
I don't need
round
any holy.
and
I've been doing
holy
enough
pasta?
prayers today, so.
Click on that link and comment. I will keep an eye out.
Michelle said
if you join in.
certain people at the moment. What was her?
I'm sure.
Am I thinking right? No, that was her. That's all she said. I think. Am I thinking right about certain people at the moment?
Reading, please. Yeah, right.
Okay, so Michelle, we'll give you the tool. You can go onto the Facebook. Does it feel light?
Sorry, hang on, Nikki. It's just your voice. You don't have to. You don't have to kick the video in.
You can put the video or the voice, Nikki. You don't have to do the video.
But with these ones, it's just the voice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
With these particular ones. Yeah.
Okay. So Michelle, does it feel light? If you're thinking right about a situation, it will feel light. So that one of our tools is checking with the inner guru, and when it's right, it's light. When it's heavy, it's a lie, right? Yeah. So does it feel lighter? What you're thinking about, does it feel lighter? Even if you don't like it, it'll still feel lighter. Does your body sit up a bit straighter? Does your head sit up a bit when you think about it? Or does your head slouch over a little bit? These will tell you if you're on the right track. And you can read this in yourself. You can read it in other people. You can just do it all day long. You can just read the energy. Enlightenment means to feel physically and energetically lighter. If you can feel your aura will expand. If you can, if not, you can just watch your body posture. Does your body posture sit up just a millimeter, just a quarter of a millimeter? Does it sit up a bit when you think about it, or does it hunch over? It's like, that's going to tell you if what you're thinking about is right. And then break it down, because you said certain
It's
people.
heavy. So Michelle says it's heavy.
It's heavy, so that it's incorrect. Or some part of it is incorrect. Not necessarily the whole part. So you could be thinking, these people are doing this and this is going to happen. So they could be doing it, but the thing that you're thinking about is not going to happen. And break it down. Do each person separately. Don't do them as a group. You've got to take
my thoughts about certain people. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to do each one by itself, Michelle. And if it feels heavy, just isolate each one. And if it gets heavy and light, sometimes you feel both, which is kind of a neutral feeling. That means that it's part true, and you've got to break the question down. So this person is talking about me, yep, and I'm going to lose my job. No, that part's wrong. So they might be talking about you behind your back, and you're not going to lose your job. So that's, you've got to break the questions down to the yes and no answers for the intuition, and it feels lighter. So you can watch your chest expand. You can, and when I say expand, I'm exaggerating here, but that's the feeling. You'll just sit up a little bit straight. Your head will come up. It'll take the weight off the shoulders.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're on the right track.
It just affects me.
It just affects me. Well, there's another. You've got to look at one of our other tools, which is that's not your problem. You can't do anything about anyone else. So are they my feels? So you say they're talking about me and that makes me feel shit. Well, that's true, because you said it makes me feel shit.
Yes.
Or in your case, it affects me. I'm using my terminology here. What if it didn't affect you? You've got to say, what if I didn't have to let it affect me? What if I'm just buying into that? What if I could just say, fuck it, it's not my problem?
How do you know if it's your annoyance, Michelle?
It's like, so again, Michelle, this is something where it would take us at least an hour to work with you on this, and it would trigger a whole bunch of other things. This is I can see this is a domino effect. This has been happening all throughout your life, and this affects so many. These ones might be standing out for you at the moment, but it's something we need to find a trigger point. So it's something we'd have to do a longer reading on, because it's just too generalized and it's affecting too many areas. So it's not something we can cover here in a quick couple of minutes. But you just go with the tools. If you look at our YouTube page, the link's at the top. If it's light, it's right. Check in with your inner guru, or Are They My Feels? They're the two main ones that we get people to work with all the time.
Yep.
They're the default ones, especially for people on this sort of show. Most of us are empaths. So you're an empath as well, so that's why it affects you. And that's why you need to look at the video, Are They My Feels? And learn how to get rid of feelings that are not yours, thoughts or feelings.
Okay, so I don't know if Nikki was coming on or not, but we'll keep going. We've got about 10 minutes to go.
So what was that bottom one? Just go to the bottom one again.
Someone was saying, I like the saying, not my pig, not my paddock.
So find the saying that's any saying that works for you.
That was Michelle,
I know, but I'm just saying, add that to Michelle's. Not my problem. I know, what can I do about it?
None of my business. None of my
He says none of my business.
I just simply just go, none of my business.
So for me, it's not my problem, right? Because I'm a fucking problem solver, So as soon as I say not my problem, it just cuts me off. But not my pig, not my paddock. Some people get not my, that's not my department. Or,
even good luck, bad luck. The whole story.
You can use a work term like I used to be a wharfie back in the days. I could use demarcation and go, that's demarcation, mate. I can't go across that line. So
there's union and non-union.
And so you find a word that looks right, that feels right for you, and you say, look, I can't do anything about what other people think or feel. It's hard enough fucking negotiating my own. So keeping on top of my own is a difficult and strong enough job for all of us. So all we have to do for the whole world, Be Quest, which is our company, it's the quest to be. Now that's a paradox, right? Because being can't be, questing means being. It doesn't mean doing anything. It's not, you're a human being, not a human doing. So Be Quest is a paradox, right? But in our day and age, and maybe it's always been that way, I don't know, but it's a quest just to be. It's like The Pursuit of Happiness, that movie with Will Smith. It's written into the American Constitution that you have the right for the pursuit of happiness. Happiness is a choice. But it's become a pursuit. It's become something that you have to work so hard for. Like just being yourself. This is what all these tools are about. This is what we're here to share. Just for you, just to be yourself. It takes a lot of conscientious effort to do that. So you've got to sort of keep using these tools for a long, and when I say a lot of effort, that's for a period of time. It's like anything else you learn. you got to get almost obsessive about it. Does that feel light? Does that feel heavy? Who does that belong to? Return to sender, or are they my fields? Fuck off. And you might have to do that obsessively for months on end. But then there's a stage where it just becomes automatic, and you don't have to do it anymore. It's like anything else you've learned. When you learn to drive a car, when you learn to tie your shoelaces, same thing. Took a lot of effort at first. Now you can drive a car and you've got to fucking eat a hamburger, messaging on a phone, slapping your boyfriend in the head, and it's like, and you're still driving well. Before you couldn't even turn the blinkers and use the clutch at the same time. So with these tools, yes, at first it is a lot of effort. It does take a lot of mental effort, a lot of resilience. What's the word? A lot of perseverance on yourself, and courage, big courage.
Takes heaps of courage.
Because you've got to own your own shit.
Yeah.
You've got to really own it.
The tools are really easy, you know, but
there's nothing easier than these tools.
Yeah. But
there's nothing more scary.
They're fucking terrifying at times.
It's like,
but it's the
easiest and hardest thing. I used to say to people, this is the easiest and hardest thing you'll ever do in your life.
Yeah.
It's both, because it's easy in technique. It's very simple. It's very basic. But you have to be consistent. You have to continually check this, and because the ego, the intellect will come back and trick you into, it'll learn the tools as well, and it'll start going, oh yeah, that feels light, and you'll push your shoulders up and think it's light. And so these tools go deeper and deeper all the time. They sound very simple, but you can spend years just mastering one of them. So we're going to come on to a chat in a moment with...
we're having trouble...
we're having trouble getting on, okay.
Nikki said that she clicked on the link, but it's not coming up. So
okay, we'll just put it up again in a second. And so, so we're doing the readings 50% off for the rest of the week for anyone. We've also got these new X39 patches, which really help on a physical level. So a lot of this law of attraction and all the other stuff we do, creating your own life, a lot of it is magnified and amplified if you are physically healthier, and if the less physical problems there are, and I give total credence for the average person. At least 20 to 25% of our problems are physical, right? We're dealing here with the other 75%. So please don't disregard any of the physical. Like, as I said before, I've just found out I was lactose intolerant. That's just fucking made my work, some of my work that I've been doing on myself so much easier, just to cut the lactose out. And before I wouldn't do that because, I should be able to clear it energetically. I should be able to do this and that. It's like, what the fuck for? There's plenty of lactose-free products everywhere. What do I have to go and do that for? So, and then I'm putting pressure on myself that I could be using to work other stuff out. Mm-hmm. So, allow for the physical to be cleared as well. Allow for individual bodies require individual things. So that will help magnify these feelings. That will help. The more the feelings, the thoughts, feelings, and words have to be in alignment for you to manifest. So people look at the law of attraction, they look at affirmations. Affirmations for most people don't work because their head's saying one thing, their heart's saying another, and their emotions are saying something completely different. It's like, so they're sending 3 different messages out there all at once. And I can tell you at first, your emotions mean more than anything else. So you've got to get neutral to what you're requesting. So if you want to work with this stuff, it takes a lot of mental due diligence. It's like you got to just watch yourself. You got to watch your thoughts. You got to watch your feelings for quite a while until that becomes automatic. So there is a lot of, as we're saying, it's very, very simple stuff.
Yep.
And it takes a lot of effort, and it takes like a lot of internal effort. Externally, there's no effort. Internally, there's a lot of effort, but it's just working on you. So it's fun effort. It's worth it. It's the only thing that's worth it is you.
Here we go.
So we've got Nikki coming on now. So we're going to have a little chat with Nikki.
Hey, Nikki, can you hear us?
Hello. Is it working?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, working fine.
Woohoo!
We can hear. Yeah.
Yep.
So what's
I can tell us. Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Anything.
Anything. So what's is anything sticking in your life at the moment?
Yeah.
What are you working through that's difficult?
For myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on myself at the moment. I've just bought a new house.
Yeah.
Separated from my partner. We've got a daughter, so I'm now just trying to work on myself. Trying to get back to my spiritual self and trying to get my body back because I put on about 5-6 kilos in that time.
Okay, so your main problem is you got one problem is standing out like dog's balls.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. You're trying.
You're trying.
Trying, right? So the subconscious mind here is trying,
Yeah.
What does trying mean? It means not doing.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're trying, you're either doing or you're not doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got to now.
It's just a case of
Now you've got to try and get that try word out. No, that's a joke. So that word has to be eliminated, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm moving towards this more and more. I'm doing this more and more. I'm working on this. You know, sometimes I'm good at it. Sometimes sometimes I don't do it. Start changing that word. Get rid of that try word.
The word trying.
So I'm doing that. I'm working towards that. I'm in the process of that.
Yeah, I'm working on myself. You know, I'm working on myself more and more.
So,
and don't limit it down to some sort of fixed. You know, like I've worked on myself. Or I've done working on myself.
Yeah.
You know, I'm working on myself more and more.
No fixed points, no fixed words, no permanent words.
And you know, you might go through days where, you know, today I don't feel like working on myself, and rather than let that get you down, go back to, okay, well, yesterday I was working, you know, this whole week I've worked on myself.
And sometimes working on yourself is not working on yourself.
Right.
Okay.
Sometimes working on yourself is giving you that break.
Yeah.
You know? Like when you sleep, you're working on yourself. Right. So, but yeah, just change that word. You just used it 3 times in a very quick succession. And so that subconscious mind picks up trying, you know, try to lift something up. If you're trying to lift it up, you're not lifting it up, are you?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's how the subconscious mind hears it. I know we know you don't mean that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And none of these things we actually mean in our. So it's say what you mean. Yeah, I'm working on myself more and more. I'm doing this. I'm doing it more often, and that will start to really steamroll whatever you're working on.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the different aspects that you're working on. So
that sounds good.
Yeah. So that's a real simple one, but it's really, really effective.
Yeah.
So what else are you working on?
I have been meditating a lot, so that's good. And since I've started doing that again, I've been dreaming more, been having more vivid dreams.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're messages or not, but
so you haven't been, generally speaking, you haven't been dreaming more. You've been remembering your dreams more because
I lost myself in that process of the separation and looking for a house.
So when you meditate, you're expanding your awareness, you're expanding your consciousness, so you're remembering more things, right? So we always dream a lot. We dream endlessly, nearly all of us. And it's but most of us just don't remember it because we're too busy. We wake up and I
usually do remember them. And when they're very vivid, it's like it's actually really happened.
Yeah.
But when I went through the kind of the last 6 to 12 months, when I lost myself, the dreams all stopped, or I couldn't remember them.
Yeah, you can't remember them because you're too busy dealing with other stuff. And so so one of the things for remembering dreams, you've got to, as soon as you wake up, you got to not think about what you're going to do for the day. You don't even think about the shower, right? Remember the technique to remember your dreams, as soon as you wake up, as soon as you open your eyes, if you can hold off going to the toilet for more than 10 seconds, you got to go. One of the ways to start training yourself is go, what did I do as soon as I went to bed? And so it makes you think backwards instead of forward. So most people wake up and they go, oh shit, I've got to get to the toilet. I've got to fucking make the kids fucking breakfast. I've got to get to work. I've got to do this. And they're way ahead of themselves. That's why they don't remember. And then they've got all this other stuff they're processing internally, so they don't remember their dreams. And if you've got habits like smoking or smoking weed, especially, that one just eliminates the memory altogether on that one. But there's other triggers, physical triggers that can stop that. But because you're meditating, so you're just becoming aware of it, and it sounds like you're getting more grounded. So it really feels like you're doing a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah, I tune into your inner child a little bit there, and they generally give me images. So I got like sort of stretching, like you're sort of yawning, like you've woken up, walked out into the sunshine is kind of the image I got. So, but then also now that she's out there, she's kind of doesn't know what she's doing or where to go.
So there's a little bit of nervousness there. So the inner child and the soul generally represent the same thing, and they relate to the body a lot. So your soul is waking and it's getting ready to move up into the heart, into the Christ center. So that's a really good thing. So keep working with the tools. Keep working with the meditation. Check it out.
The other thing is I don't, when I close my eyes or meditate, I don't actually see anything. I just feel.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do see images, but it's not often. So
fantastic. That's fantastic. That's better than anything. Okay. Because most people that see stuff They go out of their body.
Yeah.
They do not ground it. And that is not the purpose of meditation. The purpose of meditation is to become more present and more aware. The vision for most people that need it, I never got visions for like 6 or 12 months before when I started. Because most people that are really good at the visions, they go out of their body. They don't ground it. They don't use a lot.
Okay.
I've taught many people that get too many visions. I'm like, no visions. They're not allowed to.
Yeah.
They've got to focus on their breathing. It's about being present. It's about being aware. It's about grounding yourself in. If you need to have visions, they'll pop in when they need to.
Yeah.
The real visions come in a flash anyway. They are so fast. The messages from spirit are a quick flash.
I did see an Indian, a Native American Indian. I saw his face, but then it was gone as quick as it was.
Yeah. They're very fast,
They're
very instant.
They're very quick flashes, like a flash of lightning.
Yeah,
and
that's what it was. And then it was gone.
That could be a guide, or it could, generally speaking, most of us on here have had at least 1 or 2 lives as a Native American Indian at some stage, because there's, there's been a lot of us. It could be a previous life flash, it could be a guide, or it could be just a message to get more in tune with nature, like they are. Sometimes it's symbolic. So, all right, we'll have to cut it off there because we're running out of time.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for that. That was good.
Yeah, so it's just watch the wording. Make sure the wording's congruent between the head and the heart and the emotions. The more we get our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, thoughts, words, and actions in a line, the faster things manifest.
Can I ask one question? It's real quick. How do you not fall asleep in the meditation?
You don't.
I just fall asleep every single time.
Or you can. I used to sit in a chair.
Yeah, sit in a chair, sit upright, keep your spine upright. But
I do that, and then my head falls backwards.
Just keep going.
First, just keep going.
It
took me 6 months.
It took me quite a while.
I used to go when I first started 20 years ago, I went to 3 classes a week, and it was 6 months, 3 classes a week before I didn't go to sleep. Yeah. I used to wake up with drool and snoring and all sorts of fucking shit.
Got a pen all over his face and shit.
Just keep going. You're still getting the benefit anyway.
Yeah.
And it's probably giving you more benefit because the conscious mind's not in the way. It's all loading into the subconscious.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks.
Don't judge it. Don't judge it. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
It'll happen by itself.
See ya.
Thanks, Nikki.
Bye.
Okay, guys. So that's it. We're just about to round it up now. So anyone that wants the last. So thank you all for the questions. Thank you, Nikki, for coming on live.
Yeah, thank you.
So if anyone wants to check out our X39 patches,
jump on Facebook.
Jump on Facebook.
Have a bit of a read.
If you want to look at our free videos, go on to all the links are at the top here.
Yep.
So our Facebook link, our webpage link. If you want to book a reading with us, go onto our webpage.
Yeah, go onto the website. Either use the contact form or drop us a message in Bequest Wellbeing on Facebook, not on Spiritual Events Directory.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So what's that one? Last strings.
Last strings.
And so this week we've got till Friday. We've got the 50% off the reading. So you get live 1 hour on Zoom or face to face if you're in Melbourne, and with the both of us, so you get a reading of the both of us for 150 instead of 300. So and also anyone that needs healing, energetic healing, I've also got 50% off that if you're local.
Yep.
I can do distant healing as well, but you can personal message me for that as well. There's 50% off that just for the last week for our moving sale.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
And Penny, this is a fully furnished apartment. We didn't style it, but we graciously love it. So
we did see it before we got it. Spirits.
So thank you, Spirit.
Yeah, thank you, Spirit. It did exactly like we wanted it. Okay.
All right, guys.
Cheers.
Catch you later.